At 2:13 in the morning, the music started again. Not loud, not close, just a thin, broken melody drifting through the rain like an old toy left playing somewhere in the dark. Elliot Marsh opened his eyes. He was in the upstairs bedroom of a rented house on Bellweather Lane, Ashford Hollow. At night, the village was silent now, except for this: 3 notes, a pause, then the same 3 notes again. The last note dragged too long, as if forced to continue. Elliot turned toward the window. Rain slid down the glass. For 5 nights he had heard it. Tonight he saw headlights. 2 yellow lights waited at the far end of the lane. Then a white van came forward through the rain. Its sides were scratched, its windows black, and an old loudspeaker was tied to the roof. It passed every house without stopping. It came straight toward him. Elliot whispered, "Keep driving." The van slowed in front of his house. The music stopped. The silence felt worse. Then someone tapped on his bedroom window, not the van window, his window. Tap, tap, tap. Elliot called emergency services. He gave his address. The operator went quiet, then said, "Lock all doors, stay away from the windows. Officers are on their way." Elliot stared at the curtain. The van was still outside. Then the loudspeaker crackled. A child's voice came through it, small, dry, too close. "Elliot, Elliot, come outside." He had told almost no one his full name. The music started again, and under it he heard whispering. "Come out, come see. We saved you a seat." The headlights blinked once, then the van rolled away. By the time police arrived, the road was empty. Hale and Reed stood in Elliot's bedroom. Hale asked, "Did you see anyone inside?" "No." "The windows were black. Did it touch the house?" "Someone tapped the window." Reed looked at Hale. Hale looked away. Elliot noticed. "What aren't you telling me?" Hale closed his notebook. "People have reported music before." "What people?" "Mostly children." "What happens after they hear it?" Neither officer answered. Finally, Reed said, 23 years ago, a girl disappeared from this house." Hale snapped, "Reed," but it was too late. Elliot stared at them. "This house," Hale sighed. "Her name was Lucy Bell, 8 years old. Her bedroom was this room." Hale said, "Her mother claimed Lucy heard music every night for a week. On the last night, the window was open. Lucy was gone, no footprints, no forced entry, and the van never found." After they left, Elliot did not sleep. At dawn, he pulled the wardrobe away from the wall. Behind it, he found fingernail scratches forming one sentence. "Do not answer when it knows your name." That morning, Elliot went to see his landlord, Mrs. Vey. When she saw his face, she whispered, "You heard it." Elliot stepped closer. "You knew." Her eyes filled with guilt. "I hoped it had stopped. Lucy Bell lived in my room." Mrs. Vey looked down. "She was my niece. You rented me that house. I needed someone inside it. Why? Empty houses make it bold." Elliot said, "What is it?" Mrs. Vey lowered her voice. "Maybe once it was only a van. Maybe once a man drove it. But evil can learn a shape. Whatever that van became, it still wants one thing." "What thing?" "For someone to open the door." If you have listened to the story till now, we thank you from the heart. Just one request: subscribe to our channel for more dramatic and emotional content in the future from us. Let's start again. That evening, Elliot packed a bag. He planned to leave before dark, but at 6, the rain began. At 7, the bridge road flooded. At 8, every bus out of Ashford Hollow was canceled. At 9, Mrs. Vey called. "Elliot, don't stay in that room tonight. I'm trying to leave. Listen to me." "I found Lucy's old diary." "What does it say?" "She wrote that children were sitting in the van. She said they waved at her." Mrs. Vey began to cry. "What else?" "One line. Tell me." "She wrote, the driver has no face, but he smiles with the children's mouths." At 2:13, Elliot sat in the dark living room. A chair blocked the front door. His phone recorded beside a kitchen knife. Then the music began. This time, it did not come from the road. It came from inside the walls. The hallway wallpaper rippled. Thin fingers pressed under old paper. The front door handle turned. Once, twice, then stopped. A voice came through the letterbox. "Please let me in." It was a child's voice. Elliot whispered, "You're not Lucy." The voice changed. Now it was his mother. "Elliot, love, open the door." I'm cold. His mother had been dead for 6 years. Elliot backed away. Then he heard laughter upstairs, a little girl laughing in his bedroom. He knew he should not go up. But then came the tapping, tap, 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 from inside his bedroom window. Elliot picked up the knife and climbed the stairs. At the top, the hallway looked longer than before. His bedroom door stood open. Cold rain blew across the floor. The window was wide open. And outside it, level with the second floor, was the white van. Its side door was open. Inside was darkness. Then small pale faces appeared. A boy with blue lips, a girl with wet hair, and at the front, a little girl in a yellow nightdress. "Lucy Bell," she whispered, "don't listen to the driver." Something moved in the front seat. The driver turned. It was tall and thin, wearing a dark coat and wet leather gloves. Where its face should have been, there was only smooth gray skin. No eyes. No nose, no mouth. Every child opened their mouths together. The driver spoke through them. "Elliot, you are lonely." Their voices were flat. "You have no family here. You have no one waiting. Sit with us." A yellow light flickered inside the van. Elliot saw rows of seats stretching impossibly far into the dark. Every seat held a child. Lucy whispered, "Close the window." The driver raised one gloved hand. The music stopped. Downstairs, Elliot's phone began playing the same tune by itself. Then the recording screen showed the living room, the hallway, and the stairs. Something invisible was carrying the phone upward. Elliot slammed the window shut. The glass cracked. A scream burst from the street. Not one scream, dozens. The van dropped from the second floor to the road without a sound. The house shook. The bedroom door slammed behind him. The walls filled with scratching. "Do not answer. Do not open. Do not let him count you." A voice behind Elliot whispered, "Too late." He turned. The driver stood in the corner, tall, bent, faceless. Water dripped from its coat onto the floor. Elliot lifted the knife, but his arm felt heavy and useless. Then the front door burst open downstairs. Sergeant Hale shouted, "Elliot!" The driver vanished. Hale and Reed rushed into the room. Reed froze when he saw wet footprints leading from the corner to nowhere. Hale grabbed Elliot's shoulders. "Did you open anything?" "No." "Did you answer it?" Elliot hesitated. Hale's face changed. "What did you say?" "I told it wasn't Lucy." Hale closed his eyes. "Then it knows you heard it." They pulled him from the house and put him in the police car. As they drove away, Elliot looked back. The van was gone, but in the upstairs window, Lucy Bell stood in her yellow nightdress. She pressed one hand against the glass, not waving, warning. At the station, Hale told him the truth. Lucy was not the first. The van had been reported since 1979. It came during rain. It played the same melody. It waited outside homes where someone felt alone, unwanted, or afraid. Children vanished most often, but not only children. Elliot asked, "How do you stop it?" Hale looked older than before. "You don't stop it. You refuse the invitation." At sunrise, Elliot left Ashford Hollow. He never returned for his clothes. He moved to another city. For 3 months, nothing happened. Then one night, in a 5th-floor apartment far from Ashford Hollow, Elliot woke at 2:13. Rain touched the window. From the street below came a thin, broken melody. 3 notes. A pause, 3 notes again. He ran to the window. Far below, beneath a street lamp, a white van waited between parked cars. Its roof speaker crackled. His phone rang, no caller ID. Elliot did not answer. The voicemail recorded itself. The next morning, he listened. For 10 seconds, only rain. Then Lucy whispered, "I tried to warn you." A second voice followed, his own voice, soft. Distant, as if speaking from inside the van. "Open the door next time." Elliot dropped the phone. Across the room, his door unlocked by itself. The handle turned, tap, 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 and from the hall the music began again.